I want my boyfriend to get back with his ex-wife.
That makes no sense to me. Okay.
I, 27 female, met my boyfriend's 35 male ex-wife, 29 female, and I want them to get back together. Explain. I have been with my boyfriend for nearly a year now. Let's call him Danny, and he never talks or nearly touches a topic of his ex-wife, Myrrh. This comes from Fast Flatworm 2188, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. Now, the only thing I know about them is that they have a 5-year-old son whom he visits or brings to his home every weekend. That's the only thing you know, and they have a child together? That's your, like, stepchild, kind of?
I'm still speechless on, like, the opening.
We're so lost.
I need more answers. Content.
His son graduated from daycare recently, and Myrrh invited us for dinner as per their child's request. Danny asked me to come, and although I hesitated at first, he insisted on bringing me. Saturday came, and we went to Myrrh's house for dinner. I expected her to be a witch to me, but she welcomed us warmly. She's casual, very polite, and even introduced me to their child. Her house is very welcoming, clean, and smells flagrant.
What is that?
I meant to say fragrant.
What did you say?
I said flagrant.
I was going to say, it smells like Japanese cherry blossom up in here.
It's a scent. That's a scent, my brother.
Did you guys not know? Well, maybe you did. I worked at Bath and Body Works for like a little bit.
Do you know the scents?
Oh, I do.
Brother, link me with the scents.
We'll get into that later.
We'll get to that later.
I know the secrets.
It's a home. I asked her if I could do something to help her prepare the dinner while their child and Danny were playing. She told me that she could manage and told me to go ahead and go bond with the boys. We had dinner, and she and Danny were very casual. Not too friendly, but not too cold. They're not too distant either. Myrrh didn't say anything that would make me uncomfortable, but rather ask questions about me and anything you could talk about during a first meeting. I know she's a good mother, as their son, Ian, is very polite, giggly, and well-behaved. I notice how both of them would answer every question Ian asked, even if it's a silly question. I also noticed how Danny looked at Myrrh. There's sadness and love. I know this as he never looks at me this way.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Keon, I think we're fortunately or unfortunately beginning to get some of the context we were begging for earlier.
More.
Well, when we were about to go home, Myrrh packed me some food. When I mentioned I live alone and always eat takeaway, to-go food, this really touched my heart. I've been keeping it inside me, but I could no longer keep it in and asked Danny how things ended when he had such a beautiful wife and a playful, well-mannered son.
What happened?
Danny pulled over, and I thought he'd want me out of the car, but he started to tell me that he cheated on her while she was out of the country burying her deceased mother.
Oh, that's more context. That's kind of, wow. What a guy.
Keon, I had to get long.
Ooh, I like it when you get long, John Silver.
Because this is shocking information.
I'm shocked. Consider me shocked.
We're scrunching back in here.
Yeah. Morph back into it.
Wow. Here we go. The girl he slept with happened to be a mutual friend and secretly filmed them having spicy sleep and sent it to Myrrh.
Wait, huh?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes. You
I
heard
that
right.
correct.
You heard that correctly. The friend of Myrrh filmed them doing the deed and then sent it to her.
Go on.
Wow.
Go on.
When Myrrh came home, she calmly told Danny she knew about it and slept in Ian's room. He didn't hear a word from her, a single cuss or anything hurtful. She just flatly said, serve the divorce papers and I'll sign them. Just make sure I have sole custody and you have visitation days. Get some bread, girl. That's what I like to call emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Shout out to the friend.
Bro, what were they like? What were they thinking?
I'm being a good friend. I'm just filming it for you, so I'm giving you evidence that he would do it.
I told you. I tested him. I tested him for you.
He
I
passed
tested
the
him for you.
test. Divorce him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Danny told me how he tried to stop her, but she didn't say a single word and completely shut him down. Incorrect. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. The night before he left the house, he heard Myrrh crying and wanted to comfort her, but he was afraid he'd make things worse for her. Danny hated himself that he never had the chance to comfort her while she grieved for her mom and instead cheated on her. Correct. And also, again, no wonder OP never knew the reason or anything about Myrrh, because this happened and
You should have told her that.
No, that's too easy, John.
it's too easy.
He wanted to start off with a clean slate.
Yeah.
Come on.
I want my new partner to not know about the horrible things I did in my earlier relationship, because maybe then they'll know about the earlier things I did in my earlier relationship.
They won't stay with me if I say that to them.
Maybe because they
It's a
shouldn't.
giant red flag, John. We don't want any red flags on our resume.
This is me waving my pretend red flag, but it's a denim tassel. Use your imagination. Well, he said Myrrh is too good to be true, but that's who she really is. Always available for her family and friends, and even for his family and friends. She'd cook for his friends while they watch football and drink adult soda together. She visits his mom and dad and bakes cookies for them. She babysits his nephews, and she never once complained about taking care of Ian. Myrrh is literally an angel sent from heaven.
She's a saint. And he messed this all up? Boo this man.
Boo. The question is, and we're just gonna pull straight out of the gate. Let's just freaking do it. Divorce or not? Should OP divorce Danny just right now?
Poll.
Should she just do it?
I would, no, not this instant right now, just to see like what he's telling you everything that's going on and like, why didn't you tell me? Then see like, because this was a terrible thing to do, and it seems like OP loves him.
Yep.
Yeah, like maybe he changed, but who knows? But get the reasoning, and I also want to see the reasoning of what, again, the title is of why OP wants him to get back with Myrrh.
When's that gonna drop? We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Keon,
Yeah.
but chat might disagree. Put your votes in now. She never nags at Danny and is very patient about everything. This was the first time I saw him cry. He's a big man and he's sobbing uncontrollably. He's apologizing to me and told me he likes me and didn't use me to move on. This whole reservation didn't make me think that I was being used. I felt his pain and I felt his love for his family. I asked him why he cheated, and he said he was wasted and didn't even know it happened. Okay, was it SA? Because that should be...
Yes, this flips the story a little bit if it was, because again, did he know about the friend? Like maybe the friend came on to him. Again,
Yes.
I'm not defending anybody.
Of course. But if she actually...
did that and then also filmed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's worse than SA. That's the worst it can be.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about. Well, after that night, he's still the same, but I am not. I feel like I'm in the way. Myrrh is still single. She mentioned that she wanted to focus on raising Ian and pursuing her law studies. I love Danny, but I could not compete with Myrrh. Should I break up with him and help him get back together with Myrrh? We have an update, but we have to talk about that crazy sentence.
Whoa.
That just happened.
Whoa. What?
Brother, talk to me.
I'm baffled. This is very weird to handle because OP's comparing herself to Myrrh.
Yeah.
Again, Myrrh is great, but you yourself are great too, OP. It seems like that ship has sailed. Jumping to like get back to, to your ex-wife and your son and have a happy family because she's so perfect. I don't know. Breaking up with Danny, that seems reasonable.
Yep.
But I don't know. You don't want to force something that was already split apart.
Yeah.
So what would you do?
I mean, my brain would definitely not jump to, should I break up and help them get back together?
Yeah, that's very weird.
I would imagine Danny broke up with him for a reason, and that is he cheated on her while she was visiting her mom's funeral. So maybe she still doesn't want to get back together with him, which would be the most reasonable thing on planet Earth.
Yeah, you can't also just assume like, they're a perfect couple. They look so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like, yes, it looks like Myrrh has the support from OP's boyfriend in this scenario right now. I don't think they need to get back together. Maybe you break away from him and maybe you can be cordial and help her out, but maybe find a date. But I don't think this is a very weird situation.
Yeah. If anything, just break up. Don't do anything to try to get them back together, because guess what? If they want to get back together, it'll just happen. Like,
Yeah, you can't force it.
yeah, don't.
But also don't put yourself down like that too. I don't like how OP is
Yes.
like, I can't compare to Mur. Mur is like eons better than me. I'm like, no, don't do that. Mur is great, but you are great as well, OP.
You deserve love too. You deserve partnership too. Maybe not with this freaking Danny guy.
Danny's not great. Both of you, but work on that.
Yes. But we have an update, brothers. Let's dive right in. I shared the information I knew and decided to meet with Mur and ask her for her side of the story. I also told her beforehand what the meeting was all about so as not to shock her or yawn at her or make her uncomfortable on the spot. She agreed to it and we met at her house. Danny knows nothing about it. I told her why I was curious about it and what Danny told me. Everything. Mur looked sad, but she told me that as much as she wants a complete family for Ian, she could no longer see herself being with Danny. Yo, I think she asked Danny if she wants to get back together with him.
OP?
OP.
Ooh.
Because Danny responds like, I would love to have a complete family, but she doesn't want to be with him.
Maybe not. Maybe she's like, where do you stand with like Danny and like for Ian and your family, Mur? How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Maybe it was just like, I tried to see that dynamic one more time, see how perfect it was, but he dropped the mug. It's broken. It's all cracked. So you don't. Yeah, like he's a great guy. He cheated on me. He's the father of my child, but yeesh.
You can't super glue back cheating while at my mom's funeral. You
Boom.
can't super glue that back. The best they can do for Ian is the parenting setup that they have now, which is working for all of them. She said that when her mom passed away, Danny wanted to come, but he needed a visa and it would take time. The funeral was all scheduled and the processing of Danny's visa would delay her from seeing her mom one last time. She then told me that before she went home, she confronted the woman first and she told her that they were both wasted and she didn't know she was filming, but it's kind of odd since the camera was positioned in a way that everything could be seen and was steady. Yeah, I'm not buying it. She didn't press her further, but she did hit her. I won't go into the details of the altercation. I mean, listen, we never advocate for violence on the show, but man, if there is ever a time where we'd consider giving you a pass, the woman who cheated on your husband while we're at your mom's funeral and then sent it to you would be the most eligible candidate, dare I say.
Yeah.
Dare I say.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, I was wasted and like there's a lot of BS. I don't know. The story ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing there.
The math ain't mathing. Danny did try to win her back and explained it to her over and over again, but all she could think of was the sight of him in bed, all undressed with another woman while she's grieving and forcing herself to be sane for Ian. Yep, that's right, Riley. It's shocking. She showed me the video and it only lasted 37 seconds.
Oh God, only 37 seconds? Not 3 hours? Like this compilation video with terrible X stories just like this one? Go watch that after you finish this one.
Talk about a one-pump chump, am I right?
Wow.
Riley's writing something. Riley is currently furiously scribbling something on a piece of paper to have us witness.
37 seconds is long.
30.
What is it? I can't read that.
9 seconds longer than me, Riley says. 9 seconds longer than me.
See?
Oh, 7 seconds. 7 seconds longer than me. There you go.
No comment.
37 seconds longer than me. There you go. Anywho, their friend was on top of Danny, moving, and you could hear moans and rumbling. Amazing details. It never occurred to her that he was essayed since first, he never mentioned his friends would come over while she's out of the country, and second, Danny didn't even point it out to her. All he said was he was wasted and didn't even know it happened until Mur showed him the video. If Danny was SA'd and he really felt like he was, Mur is willing to help him in any way she can, but the situation between their family will stay as is. So I think from that, tell me, Keon, if you're hearing what I'm hearing, it seems like from all they can gather and from what Danny's sharing about the situation, he wasn't SA'd. But it was like I guess a wasted mistake. But
it's
still
like,
could be though.
It still could be.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, I feel like the situation happened and it just like exploded, and then no one really wanted like to go into more detail about it. They're like, this is I've seen it. This has happened, and I'm done.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's just like again, Murr's thought process is I can't stop thinking about what had happened, and it's just
Yep.
icky.
Yep. She has just lately found out that Danny cut all of his friends completely when their divorce was finalized, but she didn't ask why and also tried not to engage with them as much as possible. Now we both think it has something to do with what happened that night, and there's more to it than what Danny told us. She said she just moved on, and maybe Danny too, that they just wanted to be there completely for Ian while he's growing up. There's no sense for them to go back to that time and try to change the outcome of their decisions when everything turned out fine. She told me that Danny introducing me to her and Ian just means he loves me and is really moving forward and doesn't mean something else. Just to let you guys know, he said he really likes her. Rini says, no, John. He said he had no idea it happened. That means he wasn't sober enough to consent. Let's not minimize male. I say, absolutely. Sorry, Rini. In the collection of facts and everything, I did not fully remember that specific detail. Absolutely. If he was too wasted to even remember that it happened, that 1000% is not just SA, a level above it, if you know what I'm talking about.
Not good.
Not freaking good, to say it, to say the freaking least.
Yeah.
She said that their relationship was far from perfect, but they managed to get as far as bringing Ian into this world because they worked things out the best they could. They sure had problems financially, emotionally, or as petty as Dan not putting his socks in laundry baskets or her not getting ready on time, but Danny cheating was something she didn't see coming.
You didn't see that coming?
She didn't know how to react or confront the situation aside from ending it right then and there. She asked me if she could talk to Danny in private because Danny might still be thinking she hates him and is still living with the guilt of hurting her in the worst way possible. Maybe all they need is good closure, complete forgiveness. She assured me that Danny is a good man and what happened to their relationship should not define Danny for who he is, and it was a phase in their lives that should be left in the past where it really belongs. She said that it was her own choice to stay single to focus on raising Ian and doesn't mean she's still stuck with her feelings for Danny like what most people perceive it. I asked her if it's a good idea to suggest therapy to Danny. Yes. And she told me she'll give anything she can to help Danny if Danny agrees to it, and also told me not to force the idea if Danny said no the first time I asked. We both concluded that Danny is bottling something inside him that none of us knew. Regarding their mutual friend, she jokingly said that the bee got away with unaliving, referring to what she did to them. She said that the last news she had of her was that the mutual friend was no longer in town and she couldn't care less about her whereabouts. Yeah, I think we need to give Danny some support here as well, because from now what we understand, piecing it together, this happened to Danny. Did not consent to this.
Yeah,
Danny did not consent to this. It was wrong of me to think that they should be back together, not considering Mur's pain and things she needed to heal. I apologized to her for making her relive this painful memory, but she told me that's a small price to pay if it means someone else's peace of mind. By the way, you can listen to full episodes if you go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeart, search OK Storytime. We've got our full catalog of episodes just like this you can listen to. We are about to reach the end of this story.
This is the end.
But Keon, do you have any last words before we get into the final piece here? I mean,
just clarity. This is a lot of clarification of who Mur is. Mur is a really, again, we've said it time and time again, Mur is a saint.
Yes.
She's pretty much told OP that, yeah, we've met you and we care for Danny and he really loves you. We're really meeting you and we want what's best for everyone. So the idea of having a relationship between Mur and Danny as parents, great, but them back together, not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it seems very civil and very mature.
Yes. Mur is very mature. That's why it rhymes.
Yeah. Yes.
And
I agree. I think everyone needs to check in on Danny and be like, hey, we heard what has happened. It seems like obviously you don't want to talk about it because it's something that's very traumatic that happened. Maybe some therapy, maybe again, something's eating at you that isn't going so well in your head, especially him thinking that he's guilty with Mur.
Yes.
I think they also need to talk that out and be like, hey,
I agree.
what's in the past is in the past. I care for you. I want what's best for you.
I agree. I think them coming together
Yeah.
and acknowledging what happened to Danny, for Danny to acknowledge what happened to him, for Mur to basically know, like, hey, I am acknowledging this, I think is important. I totally agree. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the last part of the story here. So you might be weirded out by my decision to stay with Danny, but Mur is right. What's happened to them was painful, but there's nothing I or they can do about it now, and Danny is working on himself. I never once doubted his sincerity with me. If all else fails, then the joke's on me. But I love the guy enough to try to give our relationship a try. I will try to talk to him and help him heal too. I agree that I should not compare myself to her. She's indeed an amazing woman we all aspire to be, and deserves the best life has to offer for her and Ian. P.S. to the people who said that Mur could have set all this up. She said, why would she ruin her son's chances to have a complete family for an easy way out? That is an insane thing, and I don't know why anyone
Who would say
comment.
that?
Who
That's
would?
interesting.
People on Reddit would say that.
Yeah.
The people on Reddit, who are the people on Reddit that say that, would say that. My goodness. But that is the end of the story. However, that is not the last story in this episode.
No, it is not.
So I'm going to hand the chalice to my good friend and beautiful, sexy man,
Who are you talking to? You look in the mirror?
Keon.
You're looking in the mirror.
Keon.
You're talking about yourself.
It's Kiki.
All ready to rumble?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's crazy.
Let's do it.
My fiance refused to get tested, so I broke off our engagement.
Tested?
Don't test me.
Oh.
My fiance and I have been together for 5 years. He's the love of my life, and I literally can't imagine being without him. So the thought of doing this is making my stomach roll. Ugh. He was adopted, and neither he nor his parents knew much about his medical history. A few weeks ago, he met his biological brother for the first time and found out that his birth father had passed from Huntington's disease. Oh, that's huge.
What is that?
I forgot what the disease does, but I know it passes down. Like it's a genetic one.
Right.
Obviously, if this is your partner, you want to know for your future children.
Right.
Very important.
Right.
By the way, this comes from user Just Need ANA Miak. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, there's a 50% chance that my fiance also has the genetic defect that causes Huntington's, but he refuses to get tested. Why?
I mean, maybe it's because it's like the classic thing of like, oh, I don't want to know if I'm going to get the insane disease, but which if he's a individual person, not in a relationship or anything, I'm like, okay, fine. That's your prerogative. I don't know. I'm actually a little bit on the fence because obviously it does affect his wife and their future children.
Yes.
But also it is kind of, I'm a little bit torn. At this second, I think I need time to think on it. A little torn.
Gotcha. Especially since he just found out. I get it.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is a lot, but it's one of those things that it does need to be brought up. Like, you should.
Riley, what do you got?
He can't handle the truth.
He can't handle the truth. You
Thank
heard it
you.
here first, folks.
Thank you, Riley Bot.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's not the disease I'm scared of. It's the not knowing. If we know he'll get it, we can prepare financially, practically, and emotionally. He says a positive test result will hold him back from living his life, but I feel like it's the opposite. How can we live with this giant maybe looming over us? How can I make smart decisions on where to live, how to budget, or even whether or not to have biological children with this man if I'm allowed to have all the facts? So, I've come to the decision that I have to break it off.
Oh, snap. Wow.
You didn't give him a chance, or like,
Yeah,
if he
I'm
kept
not
saying
sh-
no, I get it, but like
I'm
it
not
seems
sure about
if this seems all very rash.
Yeah.
I respect his decision, but I can't understand or accept it. I have literally no one I can talk to about this because it's his effing secret and not mine to tell. And there is an edit. I just want to clarify a few things up here. One, I would not leave him if he tested positive for the defect. I would not leave him if he got sick. I just want to plan for us to be able to afford the best life and care for him if he does, which means we'd have to start immediately. 2, I don't want or need perfect children. That isn't realistic, but it is possible to avoid them being subjected to a 50-50 chance of having the disease. Of course, there are alternative options, but again, they involve preparation and planning. I'm more than willing to take a full genetic panel as well. 3. Yes, one or both of us could get cancer or permanently disabled in an accident or any other number of things. But I've come to learn that you can't plan for every unpredictable thing life throws at you. This is the rare occasion that we do have the opportunity to prepare. Essentially, it comes down to the fact that we're incompatible, regardless of how much we love each other. I'm a planner, and he's very laid back. Until now, these traits have complemented each other, but unfortunately, they've brought us to an impasse that I don't think we both move forward from happily. And there is a second edit. I've decided to take a few steps back.
Walker, step back. Walker, cardio.
Those of you who brought up the fact that a few weeks is probably too little time for him to fully process his possible diagnosis have a really valid point.
Yeah.
Just because I want to immediately jump into problem-solving mode doesn't mean it's necessarily the right thing to do here. So, I'm not leaving. Yet, at least. And hopefully never. I'm going to find a therapist to help me work through my anxieties and give my fiance some space, not literal, to work through his. And then we'll revisit this conversation, hopefully with more patience on my part and willingness to act on his. And there is an update. John, how do we feel?
Well, Kelsey Jade made a great comment, and that was giving us what Huntington's disease is. Huntington's disease is a hereditary neurodegenerative disorder that affects thinking and mood caused by mutations.
Yes.
And I saw someone, maybe Riley, if you could do some additional research, someone was basically saying like, if you have that diagnosis, then it like does mean that you will pass away from it. I think that's essentially what the comment was saying. Yeah. Medical testing. Yeah. That's important to know if you don't want to have kids or if you want to have any kids of yours to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause it's like,
we've read a story with, that's why I remember it. I don't remember the exact reasoning, but I remember we read a story where the parents hid it from OP and OP grew up and they're like, I have a family now. And like, what? And we were like, that's messed up.
wait, like they hid from the child that they had Huntington's disease?
Their parents had Huntington. One of the parents had Huntington's and they didn't tell OP until like, until they're like a full adult.
And
they
after
knew
they had kids. Oh, so they pass it down without even having the...
I don't think we knew. I don't remember exactly, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And like that one was like, okay, they suck because they knew and they didn't tell.
Yes.
But now you have the opportunity. Again, with what we know now, especially with OP of like her soon-to-be husband is laid back, chill guy, and he doesn't like to plan things, and OP's planning.
Yeah.
This makes a lot of sense now.
Yes.
This makes a lot of sense that immediately that she's like, we have to start right now. If we don't, it's all going to collapse and it won't make, like, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And I guarantee he's like, whoa, I just need to process this.
He's scared.
He's scared.
It's a lot to have to deal with. Yeah. And someone said it's in chat, they said it's a terminal disease.
It seems like right now nothing's happening yet. They're working through things.
Yes. That's what we need to do.
This is like, hey, maybe we just take a little bit of time, take a little bit of a breather to see where we go. Yeah.
Yeah. I think OP, like, you know, one for sure on the just immediately to divorce was like, hey, wait, hold on, give him some time. Let's process. Let's like talk about his game plan. And then honestly, too, chat, you might disagree with me on this, but I think if they don't have children and she knows he might have it, it's not like she's completely in the dark. She knows there's a chance he has it. I think in that scenario, it could be okay to respect his right to not want to get tested, because it's like, if I'm not passing it down to a kid, and I know it's a tough one, but I think that might be okay. I might change my mind during this episode, but I think Riley disagrees with me.
I don't know how the testing goes. Like, what does it have to go through blood work, or like if it's like very severe? If it's just like a simple like blink, blood test, I don't see why not. It does prepare you for the truth. Like, it's one of those things like, do you want to know how, like, when you pass? Or like, you're like, no. Or like, do you want to know when you like how? You're like, no, but like, this is something where like, at least you can prepare yourself for like when it does happen. That's what, you know, I get where OP's coming from, especially if they're going to have a future together.
Kelsey Jade agrees with me. I might be alone on an island on this one, and I might change my mind too, but we'll see.
We have an update. Anyway, we talked about it. At length, we cried, we fought, we researched, I showed him empathy. We consulted with friends, family, and specialists. We pressed pause for days or weeks when we needed a break from the whole damn thing. And in the end, he agreed to have the test.
Oh.
He's negative.
It's negative. We're gonna beat this, okay? We're gonna come here.
So
Oh my God.
he flipped the coin, the 50-50, and he's negative.
Thank freaking God.
Both for developing the disease himself, as well as the risk of passing it on.
Amazing.
Great stuff.
Amazing.
No matter what else happens, this is one area where he's assuredly safe. All this said, once the euphoria faded, we decided it was necessary to put a hold on our engagement and take some time apart. I spent the last few months traveling abroad, and other than a few texts, we haven't spoken much. But I'm home now, and we have our second first date tonight. Wish me luck.
Oh,
And we have some edits.
cute.
I mentioned this a million times in my first post, but here goes again. I had no plans to leave if he tested positive. It was just assuring again. OP just wanted to be assured because OP likes to plan for the future. She just wants to make sure, if in case that does happen. I just needed to know so that we can plan our lives accordingly. Boom. We decided together to take a break. It's been an incredibly difficult, emotionally charged roller coaster of a year. I didn't leave him. We planned from one day to keep communication to a minimum. It was difficult. I actually began keeping a journal of all the things I wanted to call or text him about. It's extensive, and I can't wait to share it with him. I didn't give him an ultimatum, but I understand why that's the takeaway. I only told Reddit that I was thinking of leaving, and I know that it was rash and irrational. Why does everyone seem to think that traveling means sleeping around?
I was going to make the joke of, traveling around is a funny way of saying clapping cheeks, but I didn't.
No,
Except I just did.
this was, I think for both of them, they just needed to, take a step back and just,
Riley.
I mean, they probably did that too, but if you're going to focus on us, get some alone time.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's not bad to go travel alone and do your own thing. Yes, you want to do it with your partner, but some alone time is good.
It's I feel like it gives them a second to just make sure, this was kind of a crazy, they basically almost split over this.
Yeah.
They were right on the brink of that. And so now it's okay, we have a chance to let the dust settle, make sure we're both if we go back into this relationship, we're both yes, this is what we want. We thought about, we've had time on our own where we're not influencing each other.
Or we're emotionally pressing each other or because even if it was happy times, they're oh, you got the good news. There's still, all that high intensity, all that stress, all that anxiety, all that pressure. I think, it's just
Exactly.
have some time to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We have a second update, John.
Oh, snap.
It feels like many of you are determined for there to be a bad guy here, but please don't put this label on my fiance. He doesn't deserve it. He's not a knucklehead, an a-hole, or an ostrich.
Oh.
He's a man who was suddenly forced to face his own mortality. He had a very human response, and I didn't make it any easier on him during those first few weeks. Essentially, he concluded, in his words, that the cat was already halfway out of the bag and it could come out, but it was never going back in. If he was positive, we'd be obsessing over every little thing being a possible symptom. But if we left things as they were, we'd be doing that anyway. That doesn't mean it was easy at all. We actually had to make a second appointment to get the results because he couldn't bring himself to hear them the first time.
Oh.
Yeah, can you imagine? It's so high, it's so stressful that, again, you're going to find out, hey, your life will be cut short.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all for the time he needed to take to get that.
Yeah.
I get it.
But that was okay. I was there for him the whole time to support him however he needed to. Well, the magic was still there. We may have spent months apart, but it didn't feel that way at all. In fact, everything felt even better and more comfortable when we were parted. We felt like the happy couple we'd been back in January before this whole thing started. It was like there was a weight hanging over our relationship that was keeping us from actually moving forward despite the good news. And it's finally been lifted. Before last night, I couldn't remember the last time anything with him felt bright and easy. But we're back, baby!
Yeah.
We stayed up all night sharing stories and pictures and telling each other about the people we'd met. It was absolutely amazing sharing our experiences with each other. I know it may seem like it would have been better if we'd done it together, but there was something really special about living it through each other's eyes. Anyway, we have the rest of our lives to travel the world together because we're not breaking up. Suck on that, people who were hoping he'd leave me. By the way, we never leave you because we got full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to your favorite podcast app, go to Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Again, your favorite podcast app and search what, John?
Okay, story time.
Ooh, smooth like butter. There's a little bit left of the story, John, but it seems like we're at the end and everything's going in the right direction.
You know, my therapist says a thing.
Oh, yes.
In addition to pain is growth.
Yeah.
In addition to that.
Say that really slowly for us.
Yep, I won't. And that is, we're humans. He got this news of like, okay, you know, you might have this thing, you get tested. OP's freaking out like, oh my God, you need to do this right now. Da, 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 da. Sometimes humans are going to human. And when we human, we can not be the best and not be 100%. But what matters is not those moments, but the aggregate, the coming together, the talking, the working it out, the full picture of what's happening. And if in the full picture we come together, we work through things, we work it out. Again, I was a little like, I was very suspicious of OP not letting him kind of like have his space and going straight to the divorce. However, they did both come together. It all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
They went through a tough thing. I think they grew better and stronger for going through that tough thing. And you could say all's well that ends well.
Wrap that up with a nice little ribbon. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, literally. I think they bettered themselves and they bettered their relationship. So let's go ahead and finish the story.
Let's do it.
Look, we know this new honeymoon period we're in won't last forever, but I really think we're prepared to handle whatever other challenges life tries to throw at us. Honestly, there's a pretty good chance we've already gotten through the worst one, knock on wood, but even if there's something bigger and better waiting for us, I'm completely optimistic we'll be okay. So that's that. We've officially reached the other side of our first major life issue together. Did either of us behave perfectly? No. Are we going to be perfect next time? Probably not. Are we 100% committed to combining our completely opposite ways of dealing with crises into a superpower designed to crush conflict like a 90s cartoon? Abso-effing-lutely.
I love it.
Yeah. And we have some comments. Comment 1, it's an awful disease. I don't blame people not wanting to know if they carry the gene or not. Once you test positive, you know with a 100% chance that you will get the disease and it will eventually unalive you. And it's an awful death. You lose your grip on reality, your emotional balance, and controls of your movements. It's like schizophrenia turning into dementia, turning into Parkinson's and ALS.
Wow,
that is a way to put it.
Brutal.
Yeah. Individuals who live long enough usually pass away because of repeated pneumonia caused by food aspiration. There are no treatments and nothing really effective to prevent the disease. And the punter here, no one can really tell when you will get the disease. Depending on the state of the mutation that you carry, doctors can give you an estimate such as most people with a mutation similar to yours develop the disease around 45. But it is not a perfect prediction. For the same mutation, you have people that will develop the disease at 30, while some will stay asymptomatic until their late 50s, early 60s.
Wow.
And no one really knows why. And again, it's not great. That's why when I heard it first thing, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
Yeah.
So again, here's to also the dismay of what if he did get it? I think it would have been the same exact thing. OP would have been like, hey, we need some time apart. Let's do this and let's live our lives to the fullest.
Yeah.
There's, again, no bad guy here. This was just a crazy situation. The bad guy's Huntington's disease.
There it is.
That's the real bad guy.
There it is.
But that is the end of that story.
Okay. Are we ready for this final story?
This is the last story of the day.
That's it. My boyfriend's friend is still in love with him.
I'm not in love with any of that.
Oh, neither am I. I, 39 female, met my boyfriend Tim, 49 male, about 4 months ago. Everything has been great and wonderful between us. He's funny, kind, supportive, easy to talk to, a great communicator, and much, much more. He has a wonderful social group and many, many friends who I have met as we have been dating. One of those friends is a female friend he has had for 4 to 5 years who we will call Debbie, around 45 female. By the way, this comes from What's Sleep Again? And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So Tim let me know early on that there's potentially a bit of unrequited love from Debbie towards him, but also said that she is socially awkward and does not have a lot of friends. Noted. They're pretty close, and she is definitely one of his closest friends that live near us. She watches his dog whenever he needs a dog sitter. She texts him daily, usually memes about his favorite football team or just general questions about how he's doing. Never anything inappropriate or crosses any sort of boundaries for me. I am curious, specifically from Riley, can I get a quick thumbs up or thumbs down? Is this sus or not to you? Sus.
It
He
is
says
sus.
Every day is a little bit. Always watches the dog. Like it's.
I'm intrigued to see more about this friend because, again, the little context we got about them is they don't have many friends.
Yep.
So, what does that say?
A submit of Fargo? Sub
Sulfur.
Subject of Fargo? Huh?
Subplot. It says subplot. Why are we...
Subplot of Fargo. Anywho, so back to the story. They're also the sort of friends that show up to help each other when the other one needs something, i.e., picking each other up from the airport, helping with two-person house projects. Again, a little bit sus. Put in the chat what you think. Actually, can we have a poll? Is it sus or not? I'm curious.
I don't know. Like, if they were the same gender. I don't know. If they were the same gender, because I do this a lot with my friends.
Yeah.
For Carly, a lot of my boyfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'd send memes and talk to my friends on a daily basis. What's up? You guys too.
It could be fine.
Yeah.
But it is in potential sus territory, I'd say. I think I would vote, if I have to choose, I would vote sus on this poll.
I'm
right
not
now.
sussed out yet because,
sussed out
again,
yet.
nothing's inappropriate. Again, that was the big key word. Nothing inappropriate, nothing flirty. It's just like your favorite football team. Haha. Like, it's back and forth, like general talk, like you like this, I like this.
Riley has something to add.
Oh, gosh.
Talk to
I
us.
think he wants to throw a bone
Very robot man.
because he should leave it be.
Oh, he's cooking.
He's telling me the zombie
I think
apocalypse.
he wants to throw a bone because he should leave it be.
Did you make it more British? Of course you did.
It's getting more sophisticated by the second.
Yeah.
Riley Bot has become self-learning.
Yeah, that one went to Oxford. That's for sure.
Well, he would now call me for these type of things, but she still calls on him for those types of things, which is completely okay with me. I do not feel jealous of her or feel any sort of concerns about his interactions with her at all. There we go. The first time I met her was over lunch. She joined Tim and me at a bar near our house. She had just received good news about her job and spent most of the time speaking to Tim about the update, so we didn't get to talk that much. Tim kept bringing me into the conversation, but I didn't really get to speak to her or get to know her much. The second time I met her, she came over to Tim's house for a small gathering consisting of two other people, Tim and myself. When she got there, she started to come in and said that she had a bad day and didn't want to be with people. To me, it seemed like when she saw me, she suddenly became uncomfortable about coming in, which I feel bad about since I wanted her to feel comfortable around me, given that she is an important part of Tim's life. Tim spent a few seconds encouraging her to come in, and then I came out and also asked her to come in and have a drink with us. And she did. We were all hanging out in the living room, but she stayed in the dining room, which is attached, but not really with the rest of us. I intentionally sat with the two other people who were there instead of sitting with Tim, just in case she was feeling uncomfortable. Also, a quick shout out to OP. OP is a very understanding and self-secure, I would say.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, very understanding. But again, seems fair because nothing seems like it's sus yet to me. To you, yes. But no flirty, touchy.
We're going to see.
Maybe some inside jokes, but like that's about it.
Yeah. So far, chat's 67% sus, 33% nah, which is, almost, we're getting to split 50-50. We'll see. You can re-vote as the story changes. So there you go.
John, if you had to pick one friend to be all flirty with, who would it be?
If
Has
I
to
had
be
to
a
pick,
male.
I had to pick one friend to be all flirty with, who would it be? And has to be a male. See, Dakota's smile, Keon's cakes, Riley's like, dude, Riley gets these looks sometimes. Like when his, specifically like when his hair gets perfectly coiffed. And I do like the chin strap, maybe because I may or may not have influenced it during our Bali trip. May or may not be. It's got to be all of you at once, honestly. It's just got to be.
John, you have to pick. Give more context for the fan
And
fiction.
Sam is so strong without even trying, dude. It's crazy. Dude, his physique, I mean, he's insane. I shouldn't say he's insanely active, but he doesn't hit the gym all the time. Like, and his physique is like insane for that. God,
Say someone's name, John. Now we're all pissed at you.
people ask if I'm a boob man or an ass man. I'm both. So I'm gonna go with Keon.
You're a boob man.
I am, but it's both. What are we talking about?
He said me.
What are we talking about?
He said me. Add another boyfriend to my list.
I had to do it. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna get
Don't
back
worry,
to the
it's
story.
kind of like a polycule now.
It's guys. It's
Riley's
not
one of my boyfriends, and so like you can come in.
It's really all of them. It's all of them.
Yeah, that was the right answer
Come
because I was like, oh, if you get me, you get all the other boyfriends.
Yes. There we go.
I'm not greedy.
Sharing is caring, baby. And that's from Elmo. Back to the story. She still refused to really join us. Tim kept asking her to come in and sit with us. After about 10 to 15 minutes, she did come into the room with the rest of us, but she sat on the floor instead of with us on the couches where the rest of us were sitting, getting a millimeter more sus as we go. I bought her a drink while she was sitting on the floor and sort of squatted down next to her when I gave it to her and said something like, I'm sorry you had a bad day, but even though we don't know each other yet, I'm here if you ever need to talk. Okay. She used her 2 fingers to poke me in the shoulder and responded very sharply with something along the lines of, I don't know you like that, so I'm not going to talk to you.
Do we have any information on the friend being like neurodivergent?
We have 0 information on that.
Okay.
This is middle school crush behavior.
Really? I've
From-
never experienced.
From her.
Oh, from her. Yeah.
Yeah. Not from OP. Not
Yeah.
from OP.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
So I said okay and got up and sat right next to Tim. Anyways, since she was being rude and had physically touched me, I decided that my efforts were kind of wasted there. She left a few minutes later. Can't believe OP hadn't mentioned that yet. She was like, oh, she's so sweet and great and nothing's crossed the line. Well, anyways.
Yeah.
After the situation, Tim offered to essentially remove her from his life if it meant it would make me more comfortable. It is a new relationship, and I decided that everyone should get 1 free hall pass and can make 1 mistake and have 1 bad day. Again, OP is just secure.
OP is
AF.
again so chill.
Shout out to OP.
Passing the chill test.
Passing the chill test. Vibes are immaculate. I told him she seemed like she needed friends and that I didn't want him to cut her out of his life, but did say I was uncomfortable with the interaction. Obviously, Tim spoke about what happened, and the next time I saw her, she apologized to me for the situation and explained that she was having a really bad day due to some things going on in her personal life. Since then, I have seen her 2 other times, and she was friendly and nice, albeit somewhat socially awkward. The last time I saw her was about a month ago, and we started talking about her hobbies. She mentioned that she wanted to learn how to crochet. I told her that I've been crocheting since I was a kid and offered to help her if she ever wanted to. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we
Chill.
go.
Again, just passing the chill vibe test.
Passing the chill vibe test. She asked me if I was making anything at the time, and I let her know that I was making a blanket for Tim because he had told me that no one had ever made him something like that before. If she's sus, you know that got under her skin. I let her know I was really excited about it because I wanted to see his reaction when he got that kind of gift. This brings me to the reason for my post. Lock in. Today, Debbie knocked on Tim's door.
Who is it?
It's me, Debbie. Unexpectedly, I answered the door. For the record, she had texted him 15 minutes before arriving, letting him know that she was going to come over and bring a surprise, but he didn't see the text before she got there. When I opened the door, she told me she had a surprise for Tim. The surprise was a crocheted blanket she had made for him.
That's rude.
Remember, she said she wanted to get into crocheting, therefore meaning she was not an expert in crocheting, right? Which means she would have had, and Tempest in chat says, crocheting a blanket is dedication
And learning
and
Learning.
just learning.
to do it.
That means she went in like probably every second from when she finished that conversation with OP to when she showed up to that door. She was going crazy trying to make this or paid a lot of money or something.
Yes. Now the sus meter is going up.
Sus meter.
I guarantee you she has like a picture of OP in like one of her closets and like just throwing darts at it. Like, I'm better than you.
Ooh.
I'm better than you.
Ooh. Maybe she has a Hey Arnold like, you know,
Shrine?
shrine.
Oh,
The Helga shrine, bro. With
Trillion
the
percent.
gum.
1,000,000,000,000%.
Trillion%.
But she's not mean to.
She's not mean. Riley, what do you got for me? Talk to me, baby.
I used to have a friend like this. I just kinda waited it out and it went away.
Oh, they were into you? Okay.
Mm,
Look at you. You had a shrine?
maybe. We have to invade her house in that suit, bust down the door, like freaking, quarantine CDC
Hut,
people.
hut. Yeah.
Just as a ruse to see if the shrine was actually there or not. Anyways, the weirdest part was that it was baby blanket sized, so it was completely useless for him. Also indicating to me that she made it herself and again was like struggling to make it in time. She's just trying to beat OP.
Yeah.
Obvious. Nonetheless, I was completely shocked because she knew I was actively making a blanket for him and why I was excited to give it to him because he hadn't got one before. So Debbie wanted to be the first. It feels like she rushed out to make a blanket for him just in order to beat me to get the gift that I was going to give him. At one point, he said to her, "I didn't know that this was in your skill repertoire. How long have you been crocheting?" She responded by saying that she just started and it was the second thing that she had ever made, but the first thing was really bad. After hanging out with us for half an hour or so and continuing to talk about her crocheting, she said that when she was making it and had to figure out who she was going to give it to, because once you start crocheting, you have too much crochet stuff in your house and you have to figure out who to start gifting things to, which is exactly what I told her when we were speaking about our hobbies, and obviously doesn't make sense if it's only the second thing she's ever made.
Come back here. The sus meter is now going up.
What's our poll at? Oh, wow. People are saying it's
They
less
changed
sus.
it.
I think we haven't revoted yet.
Yeah.
Revote.
Revote.
Revote, people. Now it feels like if I give him my blanket, it will look like I made it in response to her giving him a blanket, even though I started it first. I'm not sure how to address the situation without seeming petty or like I'm making drama out of a gift she gave him. Any advice on how to navigate this would be very much appreciated. Kian, I'm curious if you feel any differently, but my thoughts are just tell him.
Just tell him. No, that's what I was gonna say. Like, hey, she's again, because he did say to OP, if she makes you uncomfortable, I will cut off that friendship.
You're right.
To make you more comfortable.
You're right.
And
Yes.
if somebody did this where I'm like, hey, I'm making Carly some stuff that it's homemade, and like one of her friends just did it out of the blue, all whimsy, just to beat me to it, I'm like, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah. But if a friend, surprised with or like has had a gift or something,
If it's a gift, but if it's the same thing as like, oh, I'm really
exactly. Yeah.
I'm really into, I don't know, I can't think of anything, pottery.
Yeah.
And like, they're like, oh, I took a pottery class for the first time yesterday and I wanted to like make a pot, like, here's a pot for Carly.
Yeah.
Not even for myself.
You're like,
Here's a pot for Carly. I'm like, okay. All right, buddy.
why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
We have an update. I ended up speaking to my boyfriend about it. Very good. He agreed it was completely weird and not appropriate for her to do. He ended up sending her a text message saying that he learned she was aware I was making him a blanket and that her gift therefore crossed boundaries and was not appropriate. She responded to his message by saying that she had no idea about the fact I was making him a blanket, lies, and said that he could give it back to her or throw it out, and said she was, quote unquote, so sorry. Before he could reply, she called him and was sobbing on the phone. She said again that she had no idea that I was making him something and told him to just throw the blanket away because she didn't want to cause conflict.
And that's wrong.
This is getting worse and worse.
That's false.
Yeah. I think he believes her emotional reaction to be genuinely upset over a misunderstanding, while I feel like it's more of an emotional reaction to shift the focus of the conversation. And I agree.
Mm-hmm.
After they got off the phone, he messaged her and told her that he didn't mean to upset her and he understood it wasn't her intention to rush out a blanket before I finished mine. She responded to him by saying, again, he should throw it away. He said he wasn't going to do that, and she said that next time she is there, she is going to take it and throw it away because she didn't want her nice gesture to be a source of conflict. She then told him they need to have an honest conversation with each other eventually, whatever that means. Sus.
Sus.
By the way, you know what's either never sus or really sus, depending on what you like?
That's crazy.
The fact
Oh, man.
that you can go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio, take those sweet little fingers and type in "Okay, story time."
Okay, story time.
and find 2,500 episodes worth
And counting.
of us that you can listen to basically until you die.
Maybe not.
So there you go. But any final thoughts before we get into this last little tidbit here?
I mean, I feel like he's being manipulated by the friend, the crying tactic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Again, tell your boyfriend, or is it boyfriend, husband? Tell your partner,
Yes.
I'm not comfortable with this friend of yours anymore.
Yep.
What she just said, I was like, lie. That's a blatant lie. She's manipulating you, and lie. I say, go have this meeting, see what she says, and then take that information and still be like, even if it's positive, and be like, I'm not comfortable with this chick anymore. Please cut her off.
Yep. I agree. I freaking agree. We'll see if that happens. So Opie says she also said she had no idea she was making a mistake and that she doesn't want to make these kind of mistakes in the future and asked him to please help her. Okay. He's out of town until tomorrow night, so the conversation is kind of paused for now until he's back. I tend to err on the side of giving people the benefit of the doubt, but none of this is sitting well. That's the end of the story.
That's it?
Unfortunately. But OP, I think you already gave her the benefit of the doubt in the first half of everything that happened. And now we've reached a place where the benefit of the doubt is no longer applicable because she did all those super weird. It's super weird now.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Debbie wants your man's.
She's going to give him a little doll. I'm like, this is you.
Right?
I made you.
I made it.
I kiss it every night before I go to sleep.
I love the doll. The doll.
Ugh.
But that's it.
I want to know what they talk about.
Right?
Yeah, what's
give us.
this? We have to
There's
talk.
another update. Let's find it, please. But that is the end of the story and the end of this episode and the end of the stream. Oh my God.
What a day.
What a freaking day.
Take it away.
All right. Well, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And
see you tomorrow.